Hey everyone, what's up? Mirai here and welcome to yet another vlog video with updates, because that's all we talk about in the vlog videos are updates. So what do we need to talk about? We need to talk about some things. What have I been doing? Well, we launched the computer, right? We turned it on, it was a successful launch. Everything's been fine up to this point. Everything's been fine. Dare I say, I'm not even going to use the G word. We're just going to go with the F word, which is fine. Everything's been fine up to this point. However, we're still waiting on a part. We've been waiting on parts for 8 months now. What else is new, right? No, I got a new cable set. I needed a custom cable set. So I bought a custom cable set, and I thought I had the cable combs for this cable set, but apparently I don't. Just another... This is actually the second time that this build has been waiting on cable combs. So I have cable combs, just not for this particular sleeving. So it's very nice. Yes, it's fancy. Camera getting that? Well, all right. You might be able to make out the rest way back here. On the box that's just sitting out relaxing, making sure it doesn't have any weird kinks in it by the time it's time for me to use it. So there's that. That should be here. The cable comb should be here Saturday. We should be doing, if I'm not streaming with Mr. Nova, haven't confirmed the weekend stream at this point, but if I'm not streaming with him, I will be cable combing and cable managing this computer. Once that's done, I can record the last bit of it, seal it up, put it on its new desk, because we had to buy a new desk. You can actually see, everything's behind me, right? You can actually see the work. I got another workbench because it was heavy duty. The workbench holds 1,600 pounds distributed. So I felt that it was enough. I have a desk that's sitting there in the corner now that used to hold both the computers. It was shown in the last hardware computer build video. But this is a very heavy computer now. With all of the hardware in it and with all of the water in it, it's very heavy. And I was afraid that this desk was just not going to be able to hold it. And I was thinking, man, I really don't want to buy another desk. I really don't want to spend more money and buy another desk. But then, you really get to thinking about it, and it's like, well, if you don't spend the money to get that desk, you're always going to be worried that this thing's going to crash down, right? And then what? And then there's going to be water everywhere, because it's likely going to be a very violent crash. And other things may break. I've got maybe some short cables that if this goes down, it might pull some other stuff down. And then it would be a total train wreck, right? It would be a total train wreck. So I figured, let's just spend the extra money to get a nice workbench in its place. It's a nice 30-inch by 60-inch workbench. Same type that I used for the computer build and whatnot by Bench Pro. And that's sitting here waiting to be put together. But yeah, so that should all happen this weekend if I'm not streaming. If not, it should happen Monday or something like that. But right, so all I've been doing up to this point is just waiting for those parts, waiting for all of that to come in. I didn't actually realize I needed those cable combs till yesterday. Even though I got these cables in on Tuesday, I didn't realize I needed them until Wednesday. So I was like, oh man. So there's that. But there may be a stream this weekend. There may not be a stream. Again, haven't confirmed it with Svpernova. But so I'm catching up on the Burning Crusade videos recorded from 2 months ago. And I understand, I get it. Someone commented that they're not all that exciting to watch. And I get it. If you weren't really there in the moment, or you're not really entertained by what we're saying or what we're doing in the video, then they're probably not that entertaining. But I think there's, well, dare I say, I know that more people find them entertaining than don't find them entertaining. So they will continue to be produced like that. They will continue to come out. I will continue to release these, just to document, as we play. It was never meant as an instructional video or a tutorial of any sort. It's always been meant to just document the content as we go through it, right? Just having fun, showing that this can be done. This is what we're doing. First maybe I shouldn't have started with melee. Casters, right? Maybe I shouldn't have started with casters, because we are going through it a second time. If I had started with paladins from the get-go, it would have been a fun, wild ride from the start, right? We wouldn't have to go through all of this twice. So I have no idea what's happening with the mages. I have no motivation to play those mages at all, because the paladins are awesome. So expect Wrath content when we get to the stream next, because that's where we left off, was level 70. So we hopefully push through all of Wrath in one sitting. Then another sitting is going to be all of Cataclysm. We'll be back in Warlords of Draenor. By that time, Legion will probably have been released, so then we have to catch up and do Legion stuff. But finally, we should be able to push into current content soon enough with the dual multi-boxing setup, which should be fun. Trying to get some other people, Vector and Crumb, to join in with us, you know, but people are being lazy. So that's all I have to say about that. But you know, I have something to admit here. Something to confess is that last weekend we probably should have streamed, but we didn't because I said earlier last week, I told Svpernova, I was like, yeah, man, probably going to be good to go, no problem. But I was trying to catch up on those Burning Crusade videos because those take up hundreds of gigabytes on my disks, right? And every time I need to record, I need a few hundred gigabytes open every time we do this. So I'm trying to get that off my disks as fast as I can. They're still not off my disks as we speak, but later that week, like Thursday or Friday, I told him, I was like, look, man, you know what? I'm still doing this video editing. I'm trying to get this stuff off the disks, and I'm trying to do some other stuff as well as I have to redo my UI for Legion, right? I have to redo my UI for Legion, and I just don't think I'm going to have time to complete all this rendering and all this uploading and all the UI fixing that I need to do. It's just not going to happen. I'm not going to be ready to stream by Sunday. He's like, I think he was pissed at me. He's like, fine. I was like, I'm sorry, dude. You know, I know in the prior video, I said that I was ready 24/7, ready to go and stream whenever. This time I wasn't ready, okay? But you know what else happened last weekend? A goddamn tornado hit last weekend. That's right. Or a tornado. A tornado hit right here. I'm not going to claim that it hit my building exactly, but if it didn't hit the building, if it didn't pass right over the building, it came extremely close to the building due to all of the wreckage in the area. Now, there's no actual structural damage to any buildings whatsoever, no houses. It's obviously a residential area, but there's no damage to anybody's vehicles, or there's like some things that got torn off of the apartment building that I live in. The roof of it, some of the shingles were messed up. They just fixed those on Monday. Like not any structural damage. However, plenty of trees and light posts have been torn out of the ground. I'll show some of that footage. The first clip that you'll see will be right outside of my building that I live in. And these two trees were uprooted right there. And it's so, you know, crazy to think if they would have just gone the other way, they could have just totally taken out part of the building. So there's that. You know, now that it's said, now that it's done and over with, I kind of wish that I had gotten, like, you know, because there is no damage, I kind of wish I would have been at the window trying to record this. But every time I was in the bathroom and I was thinking, damn it, I don't have my tripod here. It's in the other room. And I was like, should I go get it? There's like this crazy weather outside. You couldn't even see outside, obviously. This is why I assume that it came very, very, very close. I mean, you know, the wind just picked up incredibly fast and the rain was just all over the place. The trees were all over the place. You couldn't see, outside of my bedroom window, there is a big old pine tree right outside of I could barely see that. And that's 10, 15 feet right outside my bedroom window. Could barely see that for just a few minutes while assumingly the tornado passed by, So it was kind of crazy as it happened. And I'm obviously still here, time to make videos. But it sucked because the power went out, clearly. And it was out for, we thought, I had heard from someone who worked and volunteered for the city, I had heard from that person 48 to 96 hours because transformers were blown and whatnot at the power station. And I was like, you have to be kidding me. 48 to 96 hours? I live in a normal town next to a fairly large city. I don't live out in some farmland somewhere where they have to call in people to put poles back up and bring, get wires restrung between the poles or whatever, whatever they do these days. But, I'm thinking that's a long time. You got to be kidding me. That is an incredibly long time. But the power was only out for 12 hours. 12 hours is still a long time, So technically, I guess I would have been able to stream on Sunday, but after the tornado hit, I was just really wasn't ready to stream on Sunday. So anyway, my fault that we didn't stream, long story short, too late, but my fault we didn't stream last weekend. Hopefully we will be streaming this weekend. It's just been tough to match up Svpernova and I's schedules just due to everything, building the computer, making sure all that's working. So hopefully from here on forward, should be fairly normal stuff. So there's that, there's the tornado, the cable combs. We talked about the cable combs, right? The cable combs, the desk, Man, we're just blowing right through this. What else is there to talk about? I guess we can talk about, I'm also beta testing the new version of ISBoxer that's coming out. Not ISBoxer 2, but ISBoxer 42. The next iteration of ISBoxer that we have today is being released soonish. I am trying my best to beta test it. It's been slowly but surely happening as I edit this video, because I edit the video and then I have to render it, and it takes like minimum 2 hours to go through the programs, through the different containers as I pass it from program to program to do the editing. And then I can finally, I either go back to editing the video or I can then go back to multiboxing. So it's a one or the other here. I hopefully will plan on offloading my renders to my other machine, but it's still not ready to do that. It's much faster to just do it on my main machine still today. So I am beta testing that, and I am planning, there's going to be a lot of videos that I'm planning on probably remaking for ISBoxer 42, because it changes the way that ISBoxer 41 works. And it's right near the, it's kind of bad because it's right near Legion here, and people are going to want to get into the new expansion. They're going to want to play right away. And then if they like start new teams from scratch with ISBoxer 42, it might throw them off. So I'm not saying don't update. I mean, but I'm just saying be ready, and I will try my best to have as many videos as I can released as fast as I can with the beta stuff, with the ISBoxer 42 stuff. So that's another thing I'm working on. And that's another reason why I can't release any other videos. I actually had, so I did the slot swap macro for World of Warcraft, changing your video settings on the fly. I did that video for Warlords of Draenor just a few months ago. And I said, there's a big disclaimer at the beginning of the video. When Legion comes out, this probably won't work. Lo and behold, it doesn't really work anymore, and it's been completely redone. If you need an update on that, I did update the dual dash boxing thread in the macro add-on subform. So all of the commands, all of the console variables have been updated. I updated all of them in that thread. There's just no video for it yet. And I went to record that video, and I did record that video, and then it occurred to me that, hey, ISBoxer 42 is coming out in only a few weeks, and this changes up everything, because I'm going to be having people look in key maps that won't exist anymore, because ISBoxer 42 brings a lot of different stuff. It brings a lot of different stuff. Hopefully it's not going to be confusing to people. It does add in virtualization at the very basic level. So hopefully with it using virtualization at the basic level here, it will introduce people to virtualization right off the bat. And then if they want to move to the pro system, I keep doing this a lot, and I'm sorry, but very handsy person. But then if they want to move into the pro system after that, they will be familiar, hopefully, with virtualization at some level, right? So that's getting a little off track, but that is what's happening, and that's why there are no new tutorial or instructional videos or anything like that at this point, because ISBoxer 42 changes things, and it's really just a waste of my time to do them at this point, and it has been for the last several weeks, because we're beta testing it and whatever. But if you want to be part of the beta test, it's actually an open beta. You can go to the ISBoxer forum or talk to Lax and say, hey, I want to be part of the beta testing group. He'll add you on the forum, and then you can access the download, and you can try it out for yourself as well, so you can see what's new. There are a handful of changes, let me tell you. Enough changes that will warrant new videos for 2016. I like to also slap, I also kind of want to do a handful of other videos, just period, and put a 2016 label on them, because I get asked a ton of times on other videos. They're like, is this relevant? Is this relevant? And it's like, yes, it's relevant. Just try it out. Just try it out. All the commands are the same. Just try it out. It doesn't matter if it was made in 2015 or not. It's relevant, man. Just go through the motions. It works. So there's that, right? And I guess to finish this off, I guess if you've been watching the Burning Crusade dual multiboxing videos with Svpernova and I, you may have noticed there is a new outro at the end. I think it's kind of sexy. I think it's kind of necessary. You see all these big YouTubers with their, their outros. Watch my other videos. Subscribe. Like my videos. So I thought I would just kind of like I hate telling people. I hate going through those motions and saying like, comment, and subscribe. It sounds like just the repeated, parroted process. I know I always go through that same thing I say for any further comments, questions, comments, or concerns, please visit the ISBoxer forum or the live chat. I do that because YouTube comments are not the place to ask for support 99% of the time. Please just go to the forum, go to the live chat. You can get much more detailed troubleshooting assistance when you visit those two places. So I always try to, that's always why I say that at the end. But I hate to tell people, like my videos, comment on them, and subscribe, my bros and sisters out there. There are some women who watch the Multiboxology channel. So so I figured I would put that at the end, and rather than have to say it every time and kind of feel dumb about it, I would just be there in text and say, if you like it, like it. If you want to comment on it, comment on it, man. If you want to, if you want to subscribe for more, subscribe for more. And then there's usually going to be 1 or 2 videos there. Right now we're using 2 videos. Eventually I'll run out of videos to share, especially when ISBoxer 42 comes out. I won't be able to really kick back to the older ISBoxer 41 stuff. So I'm going to try to rush as much as I can out while keeping it quality, of course, keeping it quality. We're going to try to get as much as we can out so that I can keep those outros kind of populated with relevant videos. But I think it's kind of sexy. I've got a nice track on there that is royalty-free from overclockedremix.org. They do tons of old video game remixes. It's incredible. I've picked several other tracks off there that I plan to use in the future for just whatever, for just anything from outros, intros, machinima. God, I would love to get some machinima done. I've got so many crazy ideas. This has nothing to do with anything, and this was definitely not on my thing to talk about, man. But machinima, I've got some crazy, if I can execute them, and there will be sexy machinima videos, hopefully sexy machinima videos. And but those we're going to take forever to work on. And that's why I just don't have enough time, man. There needs to be 2 of me, or there needs to be 36 hours in a day, one or the other. I think we can clone me faster than we can change the rotation of the Earth. But anyway, that's it. It's been a long one. I have no idea how long I've been recording. But thank you for watching. There will be more videos soonish. We're going to try to kick out the rest of the Burning Crusade stuff within the next week. I've got several uploading now or processing now by YouTube. Yeah, and hopefully there'll be a stream of Wrath content this weekend. So that's that. That's what's been going on here. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Mirai.